Doom! What is up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Otaku show. This is Crypto Otaku bringing you the news and the chaos in the crypto space. How's it going, everyone? How you feeling? How's everyone feeling? Anyone got enough of these guys laying around? Yeah, we're done. We're done! We're moving on to bigger and better things. Crypto is in a bit of a turmoil right now with Bitcoin sitting at 63.4. Oh no. Oh no, guys. We're down. We're down like $2,000. Oh no. End of the world and days are here as the labor strike continues. I'm going to think, man, have you guys heard about this? Tomorrow. It's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to dive into a little bit of that later. But guys, oh my God, can you believe it? We made it. One more day. Not even a day. We have less than 24 hours. We actually have the rest of the world waking up right now as we speak in October. Right? Okay. We're done with SEP-TEM-BEAR, even though it was not that bad of a month for Bitcoin. It really wasn't. You guys look back at, of course, the chart. Bitcoin's sitting at pretty nice levels here on September. Pretty damn nice. We almost made it back. Almost made it back. We just needed like another few more thousand and hit our previous all-time high, of course. That's all we needed. And then, of course, we fell down because we had Fed Jerome Powell speak again today. We're going to unpack it all. Of course, every single day like we do. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Of course, bringing to you heat map for free. Don't pay for something you can get for free. This is Kimba. Shout out to Kimba and his free heat map. Of course, showing us the key levels and where all the buys and sellers are at, man. Right now we are oversold. It's pretty damn clear we are oversold, as it looks like the average buy-in right now is sitting at around 63, and then below that we have a huge buy order right around 63,000 on the dot psychological level. So yeah, I feel like we're oversold, and we're about ready to wake up in Japan and China and Germany, and hopefully they will buy some of our dip, because we just gave them a pretty good one, I feel like. And it's usually what we see when we see big pullbacks like this, especially at the beginning of a month. It's going to be interesting to see. All right, moving on. U.S. debt sitting at a record 35 trillion, 418 billion. It looks like we've already printed again another 8, 10, 12. You know what? I have to apologize. I haven't been on my stream the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday. We'll dive into some of the predicted levels too. I totally spaced that. I forgot I wasn't here on Thursday and Friday. I have been dealing with some real life stuff, right? I'm sure you guys know how that stuff is in this world. Bitcoin is part of my life, a big part of my life now. But I got a puppy who's not doing very well, and man. There's days I just lost my stream. No, what happened? Okay, we're good. We're good. There's days where I can't even get my dog to get up the stairs anymore. His legs are kind of failing, and I'm working extra jobs now, and I'm just trying to get by, man. Just trying to get by until the bull run begins. I'm gonna be selling a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow. It's just I got a lot of jobs going on, a lot of hustles, a lot of side jobs going on right now, so bear with me, please. Bear with me. All right, anywho, what we saw, just to kind of recap where we were on Thursday before I get too ahead of myself. Looked like we were going to get into a sell-off area, a sell-off territory. Instead, we did not. For a little while, we actually pumped a little higher, and then we started selling off after, of course, today. So that was interesting. We saw into Sunday kind of selling off, which was interesting. I'm not sure how that started off Sunday night, but it never ended. Interesting. We did see a whole bunch of coins also maintain some pretty bullish levels, even with the Bitcoin sell-off. I wasn't too worried about it until today. We started to see coins like Jasmine we like to follow, of course, Ethereum, and everything else start to break down with Bitcoin. So it was interesting to see that. Most coins actually, of course, like always, went down parallel to Bitcoin. But some of them actually remained a little stronger during the sell-off. So again, there is a little bit of maybe a possible altcoin rally ahead. That's what I'm, seeing with the market sentiment right now. It just depends on how this this whole labor strike thing starts. But yeah, let's just dive on. Let's keep going into our key metrics tonight. All right, fear and greed. Fear and greed. Poor stonks sitting in extreme greed as every single country is now printing more money, more free money. Still sitting at extreme greed, on the tip of extreme greed. And crypto. Oh no. We're back in neutral. I knew it. As soon as I refresh, back in neutral as Bitcoin has maintaining these lower levels of 63K. Oh, we're so low, guys. Oh, the end of the world. Okay, and then the dollar. Dollar's still sitting flat at 100. We still haven't seen it broke down under 100 yet. I want to see it break 99. We haven't seen it break 99 in 2 years. 2 years. 2 years, guys. All right, moving on. And, of course, crypto bubbles. Everything on the day, everything on the hour, everything on the week is still up, but everything on the day, on the hour is still down. Your big movers today, if you want to count the big movers in the red, the ones you should buy in, stacking up a little bit extra of. Of course, yours truly, Jasmine, today down almost 9%, 8.5%. On Jasmine, good pickup. BSV down 6%. What's another big one? Is that freaking flipping wormhole? Yeah, I was like WorldCoin, not a WorldCoin again. Pepe down 7%. Jeez. Sheeb, all the other memes, Floki, everything else down about 6 or 7% on the day. Bitcoin down 3%. Doge down 8%. All your memes are down. I'm sorry. Dot's even down 7%. Everything looks like a really good pickup day. Looks like Avalanche is actually going pretty strong up until today. Yeah, down 4% as well. Everything's down. All right, I don't need to remind you, everything's down. It's a red day. The last day of September into October. Let's see. What's going on CoinGlass? Of course, this is my favorite metric, guys. The one that makes you wake up to see how bullish you really need to be. It's, of course, how many Bitcoin are left across all exchanges, still sitting at the record low for the year, 2.34 million. That's it, even with all of the printed tokens for Bitcoin. This is it. This is all that's left for 8 billion people to purchase. Just 2.34 million. That's it. Oh, my God. That's crazy. All right. So, Michael Saylor, of course, over the weekend purchased another, it was $500 million. I think it was about $500 million worth of Bitcoin, sitting at 252,000 biddies now. That's insane. They already hit over 250,000, and then are looking to purchase another $1 billion in October. That's coming up. We got some news to cover on that. They're gonna purchase another. He won't stop, man. He's got more FOMO than the retail right now. I mean, in a huge way. Michael Saylor is nuts, but. Bitcoin Jesus, of course. And then we are, of course, BlackRock sitting at 363,000 biddies. Crazy. We haven't seen this number move in a long time. It was sitting flat at 357 for a long time. Yeah, we see what damage they've been doing in the background, as they also announced that they require Coinbase to specifically put that on their balance sheet and put it out in the open for the public to know what's being moved around on Coinbase. Yeah, so there's complete transparency now. Although we already had that with Bitcoin, paper Bitcoin and everything else and the like is a little less secretive. All right, because BlackRock wants him, Larry Fink wants his name to be known. Jesus. All right, moving on. Top 10 assets in our space, of course, sailing at number 10 is Tron, 9 is Toncoin, what is it, 10, 11 still coming on Cardano. Cardano was at 10 last week, guys. Tron moved back above it again. It's disappointing to see that. Cardano, man, you guys deserve it, man. You hold that number 10 slot. Avalanche, of course, underneath at 12, and you got some of your memes kind of falling behind a little bit, like Sheeb. But still crazy that Sheeb is holding on to anything in the top 20. Since it has no utility, guys. What about Leash and Bone and all the other dog coins that are still in the top 20? Crazy. Doge still sitting at number 8. And I'm sure Bonk is up there. No, is it not in the top 20? I guess not. Not anymore. Monero fell down a little bit. And of course, where is Jasmine? Just shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine Love, 66 in market cap. All right. Top 10 assets in the world. Bitcoin still holding on number 10 slot. Nothing's changed here. Nothing has changed. Berkshire Hathaway is still sitting underneath that at 985 billion. Alrighty. Jerome Powell is optimistic on cooling U.S. inflation. If you guys haven't seen this, of course, this is a huge headline for the day. He just basically came out and said the same stuff, the same rhetoric, right? Same rhetoric. Where's my laser eyes? Where's my laser eyes? Am I not bullish enough tonight? I guess not. My laser eyes aren't working. But yeah, they were working for Jerome, though. He was speaking nothing but good news for American citizens. We've hit the soft landing and all the other things. Oh, we're going to still look at it. But 50, yeah, we're still going to get 50 before the end of the year. And so it was pretty dovish again on Jerome Powell coming out and answering a bunch of questions. It was basically nothing different. I listened to the whole damn thing. It was nothing different than we got last week in the Fed rate cut meeting. So to me, this was kind of a nothing burger, but it shook the market. Bitcoin still hasn't recovered. Everything was a sell-off up towards it. I think we're just waiting for everything to expire and options and everything else to come out for Bitcoin in October. So we may have another day or two until we start seeing some rises up. And then we also have, of course, the labor strike happening too tomorrow. There's a lot of macro events happening. I would just kind of hold yourself right now. Hold off. Just sit on your hands. That's all you got to do. Sit on your hands for a little bit. All right, moving on. Just a quick little recap on Jerome Powell. Bitcoin Rainbow Chart, of course, one of our other favorite key metrics. The Bitcoin Rainbow Chart. Are we back in the fire sale? Let me refresh this real quick. Nope. Look at that. We're still in the buy zone. But the longer we go sideways, guys, the longer we stay in the $60,000 range, the sooner it'll be back to the fire sale. We'll be burning more money here every single night. We're in this fire sale. But yeah, it's not happening anytime soon. I don't feel like it. I never say never, but yeah, we'll see. Focus. Shout out to the Focus One bet in the chat. Hello, my guy. How you doing? Of course, the Focus One is my creme. What is it? Creme de la creme. The numero uno. The Focused One. Also, always great to have you in the chat, man. But yeah, we're still not back in the fire sale. We're in the buy zone. Not even in the accumulation zone, guys. We are about ready to see some serious stuff. You know what I'm saying. Doc Brown quote in there. But yeah, in order for us to get back into the basically fire zone, all we got to do is fall down another 3K. Another 3K. And this has gone higher. Again, last week, we were at a 58, 59K Bitcoin to get back in the fire sale. The longer we go sideways in the 60K, we're going to retain that low price point. Again, it costs about $80,000 to produce one Bitcoin right now. We cannot stay here forever. You can't. It's not feasible. Not for the miners. All right, moving on. Trump inches closer to a Harris on the poly market as betting passes $1 billion. Are you insane? $1 billion in trading volume on Poly Market, guys. Poly Market, of course. Shout out to the Polygon blockchain. Don't fade this freaking coin, guys. There's things being built on this damn thing. I know it's a Dino coin, but it's still there. It's still better than Ethereum. Built on Ethereum. Anyway, yeah, this is what's going on. Of course, they're just kind of making a huge shout out to the other thing that we check every single day, and that's Poly Market. Looks like right now, Kamala Harris is up 1% on Poly Market. Means she's got more money thrown at her than Trump, because there's just better yield if she wins. It's as simple as that. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Of course, on that front, we also have, of course, Cantor Fitzgerald, CEO. Bitcoin is a commodity, should be treated like gold and oil, according to Cantor Fitzgerald. Howard Lutnick, CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, says that Bitcoin is a commodity. When you truly understand Bitcoin, it's hard to see it any other way. As microsailors of the world, of course, have said, once you put in your 100 hours, you can't look back. I don't know anyone who's ever studied Bitcoin and been like, okay, this asset's going nowhere. I just don't see it. I don't see anyone putting in the time and the effort and seeing any other way. There's no other solution. And Focus One says in the chat, of course, shout out to the chat. Not bad. Just getting over the. You got pneumonia, man. Damn, that sucks. Yeah. I was actually talking a little bit about my real life world crises happening. In my world too. On Thursday, Friday. Had to step away for a little bit. Of course, Thursday I've been working and on and off here and there. And then Friday I had an issue with my dog. His legs are kind of going out. He's a corgi. He's my baby. But yeah, he's kind of going out. He's getting old. He's about 13 years old, and his legs are giving out. It sucks. Anywho, real life. We're back in the crypto space, man. Howard Lutnick sees Bitcoin as a commodity, as everyone should. And Global Financial Services of Cantor Fitzgerald shared his view on Bitcoin on Friday. Yes, he said, I told Maria Barretomo that Bitcoin is commodity. And when you truly understand Bitcoin, it's hard to see it any other way. In the interview with Mario Bartiromo, asked Lutnick about his views on regulations governing commodities versus equities. The Cantor Fitzgerald asserted that over the course of the next 2 decades, commodities and equities are likely to converge. Eventually, commodities and equities will kind of merge over a long period of time, over maybe 20 years. And it's interesting, too, because Gareth Soloway was on an interview with, what's his name? I forget his name. Is it Yang? The awesome Asian reporter. He's on there all the time talking to pro crypto and doomers of the economy, the ones that predict the doom and the doom spending that goes along with that. He basically was on there interviewing with him, Andrew Yang, right? Andrew Yang, I think it's his name. Gareth Soloway even made the correlation. He brought up the correlation of Bitcoin with equities right now, and it's pretty strong. And I could see that, but we've always seen it, and I've seen Gareth become more and more of a Bitcoin supporter, maybe getting closer to a maxi. I don't know, but he's. I remember in the early days, he was just like, oh, that crypto thing, oh, that Bitcoin thing, and he could not stand his audience that would watch that was supporting crypto. And then now finally, Gareth's always starting to see, like us, that Bitcoin is the way. And he's getting more and more bullish as time goes on. He even said that it could perform alongside gold in a similar fashion if we do get an economic collapse. So very bullish things for Gareth Soloway to say. Not putting words in his mouth. You got to go see it for yourself. It's very, very cool to see him flip bigger. And not only him, but also who else we've been watching for years? Kevin, right? Meet Kevin. Has been getting stronger and stronger into crypto as well. These guys are gotta realize, dude, that 15%, 10% year over year in the stock market is not going to. It's not gonna beat inflation, right? The whole point of this is to beat inflation, and what's the only thing that we know for sure has beaten inflation over the course of its lifetime? That's Bitcoin. On average, it's been 40 to 45%. You need to make at least 20%. To defeat inflation in your personal goal, right? If you're in your personal life. So I wanted to speak a shout out to those old money kind of converting to new money YouTube influences out there. Anyway, of course, Cantor Fitzgerald executive then commented on the crypto regulations, stating that the regulators are unsure how to regulate the sector. They don't even know how to do crypto and digital at all. They have no idea. Wow. They still don't understand how important it is to actually get it right. He stressed, emphasizing they have no idea Bitcoin is a commodity. It should be treated like gold and oil. And that's when he said that quote. Very, very cool stuff. Again, the more and more we get these institutional investors to participate, the faster Bitcoin and everything else will go. Crypto will be recognized as a true asset. And of course, Web3 will flourish, and we will see more and more things being built on Web3. All right, moving on. Polymarket predicts a 61% chance of Bitcoin to hit an all-time high in 2024. 17% for that $100,000 target we keep calling for. Very interesting stuff, of course, on Polymarket. We see with all the betting happening, and everyone's predicting we're going to get the 100K by the end of the year. I would say at this point, maybe we're going to be closer to hitting maybe a psychological number underneath Bitcoin, like 91, 95, 96, 98. Still bullish as all hell, right? It's still basically 100K. We just got to cut it down a little bit to make it, psychologically effective for the traders out there. Just don't want to hodl like a like a maxi. But anyway, so yeah, Polymarket bettors are currently estimating a 61% chance that Bitcoin will surpass its previous peak before the end of the year, which, dude, is pretty much obvious. All we gotta do is get past 70K again, and we're gonna go shoot to the moon. Even Gareth Soloway said it today. I was like, what? He's never been that bullish on Bitcoin's chart. So, very cool stuff. So I still think we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that 80K this year at some point. I think it's a pretty realistic target. 90K even by the end of the year. Just 100K though is going to be that psychological level. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit until the beginning of first quarter next year, depending on, of course, world economic, macro, whatever. Ohio to consider accepting crypto for tax payments and fees. Guys, every single day we get a new state adopting it in some other way. And of course, we've had Congress already talking about accepting it for tax payments for the Fed, right? It's a no-brainer. It's going to be a bipartisan movement next year, regardless who wins. It has to be, because the lobbyists want it. And the money's going to flow into that, right? It's going to be flowing all around into the hands of our regulators and legislation makers, right? So, yeah, policymakers are going to be paid in crypto, and the lobbyists are going to give them plenty for it. A governmental entity shall accept cryptocurrency as approved by the tax commissioner for the payment of any tax, fee, cost, charge, or assessment, fine, or any other payment or of expense owed to the government entity in the state of Ohio. The governmental entity may require the payer to pay any service fees associated with the cryptocurrency transaction. The law adds essential bank digital currency. Apparently excluded with the sentence, cryptocurrency does not include a national currency. So we're making it very, very clear here that it is not going to be a CBDC in the state of Ohio, it seems like. The cryptocurrency means a digital representation of value for which there is a reasonable expectation that it will maintain a stable value relative to the fixed amount of monetary value. Of course, we got the bill there in Ohio. Damn, it's insane that this is happening. Senator and Antoni, and the bill says that amends sections 916. I don't want to read the whole damn bill here. But you can see here, of course, this is on Cointelegraph. If you guys want to read up the whole article, I'm sure it's going to be a lengthy one because there's a whole damn bill in there. I'm not going to go into all of it. But again, every single day we get another state adopting crypto in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's Avalanche building, license and title information in California, or it's Wisconsin adding it to their pension funds, or it's Texas and the miners. We're hearing a state associated with crypto. Right, I don't know why these people can't be any more bullish on the tube, man, on the tubes. Anyway, moving on. Epic Games files lawsuit. I saw this. I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm hung up on what the heck this has to do with crypto. This is brought up on cryptonews.net. So I was sure. I was just kind of skimmed through it before I started. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything really here. But Epic Games is, of course, a huge proponent in the creation of Web3 based games. Of course, off the grid. Guys, I got in off the grid. Actually, I finally got in. It's been 4 months trying to get in this damn early beta, and I finally got in off the grid. It's an awesome game. It's a battle royale, third person shooter. It's awesome. They have my favorite gun in the game, too. A cyberpunk variation of it. P90. So, I'm pretty stoked. It's an awesome game. It's being built on flippin' Avalanche. Guys, don't fade this. It's going to be freaking amazing. Take a look at it if you guys like cyberpunk type, media. It's an awesome game. Also brought to you by one of my favorite movie directors too, of District 9 and Elysium. Like, oh my god, Avalanche and guns. Freaking A, man. Off the grid, it's gonna be freaking awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. Anyhow, that's what's going on Epic. The lawsuits, of course, with Apple, just pertaining to that. I don't think this has anything to do with crypto. I don't know why it's even here. Anyway, crypto voters could determine who wins the U.S. election. Here's how, guys. Single issue voters. I don't know about you, but I am going to be a single issue voter. Originally, it was for RFK. Now it's going to have to be for Trump. I don't feel clean about doing that, but it is what it is. I'm going to vote for the man because he's got the right people on his cabinet. That's just what it is. But yeah, crypto voters could decisively impact the 2024 election, with 77% of voters valuing blockchain knowledge in candidates. That's insane. That's insane. I wonder where they're getting this data, right? This poll data. Crypto voter numbers exceed 2020 margins in the key U.S. states. Majority of the crypto investors are young, diverse. 68% of Gen Z or millennials. I guess that's about right. We talked to some Gen Zs every once in a while. I'm trying to get them on the show. I was talking with this one guy. What the hell was his name? I think his name was just Bitcoin Z or something like that on Twitter. I'm trying to get him on, but I don't think his mom wants him associated with the likes of me. Too chaotic for him, I guess, or for her. Anyway, so yeah, the U.S. election 2024, crypto voters could sway the final results in key states. Yeah, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin. Of course, they're already. If they lose the crypto vote in Wisconsin, I just talked about that, man. They're freaking loading up their pension funds with Bitcoin. Anyway, number of crypto voters for surpassing the narrow vote differentials recorded in the 2020 election. Yeah, we're going to flip these damn states. This is what this is all about. We're going to flip these damn states. And yeah, looks like here most crypto investors are younger voters, with 68% being Gen Z and millennials, 48% being non-white. Ones that want to get ahead, right? Want to obtain life-changing wealth, not be stuck where their ancestors and their grandparents are, like mine, man. I'm trying to get all my friends and family on board, man. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard to convince your friends and family. But yeah, that's of course going into the demographics. I wonder if they bring up the women in here. I think there's still only about 12 to 20% are women in crypto. Correct me if I am wrong in the chat. Of course, guys, if you like what I'm putting out tonight, please like, subscribe, do all the things. It's about to get crazy up in here. This entire bull market is going to get insane. I would love to be there with you when it does. So please like, subscribe, do all the things. I appreciate it. You guys have been great. And the Focus one, of course, being my #1 fan. I got to get you on the channel at some point, dude. I really would like to. Anyway. Moving on. SUI, price, trigger, sell off after 112 million token unlock. Guys, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to SUI. It's been blasting off this past few weeks. And of course, now we've had a bit of a pullback, but now there's concerns because, again, it's another coin with another tokenomic, sentiment where you're going to have the tokens unlock and get thrown into the space and flood the market. And a lot of times, again, if you look at the tokenomics, it can affect it negatively, or it could be affecting, lining the pockets of your meme coin little rug pull, right? So, of course, do your own due diligence, do your own research. But I did want to bring this up because SUI has pumped so much already, and it's still early for this particular coin. Let me know if you guys are a fan of this or another coin in the chat. However, the value of SUI has surged 40% the past week, primarily fueled by Grayscale's launch of the SUI Trust. Another flipping trust. Of course, that brings in the the validity of SUI as a main player in the future. And right now, it's being touted as the new Solana of 2024, the 2025 bull run Solana. Right? It's going to be interesting to see how SUI takes off, if it does. Again, there's no coin without risk in our space, guys. This has significantly boosted the investor confidence as evidence as the total value locked, the TVL in the project, which has quintupled since January. As September 29th, the TVL reported reach a peak of 1.03 billion. Guys, we hit the $1 billion target on SUI. Yeah, of course, here we go. The unlock highlights for SUI. Yeah. And we also got, it wasn't just Sui too. I think, didn't they already apply for a Solana trust as well? And Solana, of course, being a little bit behind on the ETFs, ruling out. I think now it looks like XRP is going to get more of an ETF before Solana at this rate. But yeah, this, of course, is the unlocks for the week or the month. The week cliff unlocks. We got Optimism. I'm not sure what MAV is. Zeta. DYDX. I don't know what that coin is either. Is that Gala? I don't think that's Gala. We've got Sui, Ianjin, ADA, ENA, and IMX, of course. Guys, oh my god, IMX is a great coin that's also underappreciated as well. Oh man, this is going to be awesome where we're headed. So look for some major pullbacks potentially on these tokens. There could be a good buy zone for you. All right, moving on. We got to get through all this. MicroStrategy's next Bitcoin purchase is likely to reach or take its holdings above Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. This is, of course, another $1 billion in dry power sitting around for Michael Saylor to throw some more money at, more tokens. I repeat, he has more FOMO than retail right now. What the F? Bitcoin is getting closer and closer to the previous all-time highs, and Michael Saylor just doesn't care. He's like he said, he's gonna be buying the top forever. It does not matter. It does not faze him. MicroStrategy might soon hold more than Grayscale. The company has used the capital markets to continually raise money for additional Bitcoin buys, while Grayscale is seen as a large exit of tokens since the U.S. spot ETFs were introduced in January. Dude, I cannot believe we're already in October, guys. We're like 9 months in. Holy crap. It's insane. 9 months since the initial, not even. There will be 9 months by the middle of October when the ETFs launched. It's crazy. And of course, BlackRock sitting at near 400,000 Bitcoin. That's crazy, man. They're gonna own a million Bitcoin by the end of 2025, probably. If we can keep this value range in the same area, respectively, or we have a huge FOMO moment too. I mean, anything's possible. Like, send BlackRock to the moon. Anyway, recent capital raises through the MicroStrategy is now funding more than $1 billion, which the company has yet to put to work, or at least not yet announced. Presumably, it's going to happen in October. You know it. The funds will be used for buying more Bitcoin, which would add thousands of more coins to the balance sheet and bring its holdings far above the Grayscale holdings. This would also make MicroStrategy the 5th largest holder of the cryptocurrency, trailing only BlackRock, Binance, Satoshi Nakamoto, and Coinbase. Coinbase, of course, holding only, I think it's 800,000 last time we checked. You know what? I want to check again. It's been a minute since we looked. Going back to CoinGlass real quick. We already looked at this earlier, but Bitcoin is, of course, sitting at 2.34 million on all exchanges. And then just Coinbase alone, the last time we checked, it was 800K. Looks like, yeah, we've had another dip right here. Still probably around 800. Yeah, 821,000 Bitcoin right now on the balance sheet for Coinbase. All right, so taking that into consideration, yeah, they would still be the 5th largest player holding Bitcoin until some of those, of course, leave the hands of Coinbase, because they're not going to stay there forever. Eventually, we're going to have a zero-sum game on the exchanges, and it's gonna go parabolic, guys. It's going to get stupid. Under the leadership of the then CEO and now executive chairman Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy has started purchasing Bitcoin with cash from its balance sheet in August of 2020. Of course, you guys know, if you've been in any sort of capacity following Bitcoin and MicroStrategy, they've been in the game for quite a while. Actually, as long as I have. I got in, I think it was like 2 or 3 months after Michael Saylor did. Pretty insane ride it has been since 2020. Yeah, as of for Grayscale, which pioneered the public access of Bitcoin via funds, it chose to keep the fee for its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust at a relatively high 1.5. That's why it's been, of course, draining out of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust into everything else in the market. So it won't be too long until that's depleted. It's also going somewhat into their smaller Grayscale Trust. Anyhow, BlackRock, of course, is accumulating the rest. All right, moving on. That might be all the news. We finally got through all the news. Yes. We can get back into the charts. I think that's all the big stuff for the day. Of course, everyone's just kind of looking at Jerome Powell. Just like, what is Chair Jerome Powell doing? Are we gonna get more rate cuts? Are we not gonna get more rate cuts? Does it matter? I don't think it matters for Bitcoin. World War probably matters more than anything else. Let's see. Cardano founder and Black's Midnight. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else I really think like it's ultimately like newsworthy or bullish for us in our space. All right, moving on. Bitcoin Magazine 2. We haven't got anything new. The Lenin's crisis. Yeah, of course that is the latest war saber rattling right now going on in the background in Israel. Yeah, hopefully it won't get to us, but we'll see. We are sending Americans over there now, though. That's what I heard. All right, guys, I want to share what I got pulled up on Twitter. It's been a very interesting weekend. Oh my God. Let's see what we got. Let's go home and jump into it. This is what I got saved. Guys, of course, you can follow me on Twitter. Of course, the Crypto Otaku on Twitter. I'd love to see you there. We had, of course, the chemical plant that blew up in Georgia. If you guys have been sleeping under a rock, that happened. Maybe they're trying to cover something up. Maybe there's something just accidental. Who knows? That guy really wants to flick you off, though. And then we also had, another video. I guess this is probably been debunked now, if you want to believe the debunks. But of course, pertaining to the little microphone earring pieces she had, the speakers or whatever, her little headset earrings. And then where you're the last one buying more Bitcoin? No. I was watching Prawn, man. Get off my back. I wasn't buying more Bitcoin. Of course, us buying the dip. In the heat of the moment. And then here's some free financial advice from The Simpsons in Springfield. You don't have enough Jasmine. Yep, that's your 4chan today. That's your 4chan today, guys, if you're not paying attention to Jasmine. And then this is the second largest drone demonstration out of China. This is an insane, guys. Look at this crazy stuff. Of course, I gotta give you guys the talk after this. Oh, it's been a minute. Look at these drones, man. It's crazy. They basically can make their own TV in the sky. Holograms are going to be insane in the future. This is like Mysterio, like in Spider-Man. Look at this. It's insane. Crazy stuff, dude. We don't want to get into a war with China. Damn. And of course that brings us to the dystopian future, where of course the AI is coming for you and your job, and like you saw the robots there, they're going to do everything and more. It's going to be more than just the military, guys. They're going to be taking your jobs. They're taking your jobs. If you're a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, an accountant, a data entry clerk, a writer, a journalist, a bookkeeper, a receptionist, a bank teller, you know it, guys. If you can think of a job, it's eventually going to be replaced. You're going to be sitting at home. Anyway, bank teller, receptionist, a travel agent, a factory worker, a fast food worker like me, customer service representatives of all shapes and sizes are all going to be replaced by robots and AI. And don't you forget, your friends and family are not, especially your romantic loved ones, are not safe. They're not safe from this because they can do that. All the robots in the bedroom can do way more than you think you can in those fun and exploratory positions you can't even think up yet. All right, of course, that is our dystopian future segment for the day. Guys, robots are getting insane now, man. We got flying drones that can project literally anything, anywhere. Jesus. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get back. Oh, boy. What else we got? What else we got on Twitter? Oh, I can feel it in my balls. I don't need those RSI charts. This is what I'm talking about every single night. You don't need that RSI. We don't need the 200 SMA. Like, we can just feel it in our balls. Oh, man. Of course, stay on your lane, Bitcoin. And, of course, Michael Saylor is bowling. He's bowling to win of the perfect strategy and the perfect game. Of course, gold hits record 2,670 over the weekend. Another big day for gold, and it's not going to be the last. And of course, Bitcoin as well. All commodities again. And I think let's go back to when Bukele met with Elon Musk. But although I think if we click on Bukele was also featured meeting up with yours truly, Javier Milei of Argentina. You know he was talking about adopting Bitcoin before he was elected president of Argentina. That could be coming really soon. And of course, Samson Mao, last time he was interviewed, he had a big smile when they asked him, is the next country to adopt Bitcoin Argentina? You'll have to see. I can't say anymore. Of course, Samson Mao. He is going to be the Bitcoin ambassador of the world. Alrighty, let's see what else the normies are talking about tonight. Yeah, don't get in crypto. It's too risky. We're just jumping over, the waterfalls, apparently. Heading head first into any your favorite meme coins or whatever. Jeez. What else we got? Oh, yeah, got to get on that train, guys. It's about to take off. It's about to go. Lark, of course. Lark sharing this one. Investors getting the crypto before it. October starts. Guys, we have like 6 hours in the United States? 12 hours? We have about 12 hours in the United States. 6 hours if you want to talk about the market that's going to open right now as we speak. It's probably going to buy up all of our dip, as they usually do. We're going to dive into that here in a second. We're going to get into the normies real quick. What are the normies looking at? All right, what are the normies looking at? Well, before I do that, a focus one, of course, talking about the drone show is amazing. Of course, China is doing amazing things. They're incredible, guys. Over there, they're amazing Asians, right? And the TRX network is great, according to Cream Elixir Studios. And this is what the normies are Googling today, guys. Let's see what's important to the normies. Let's refresh this real quick. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be another hair-raising. I'm going to pull it all out. Pete Rose apparently is dead. I don't know who that is. Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo is that? Wait, is that an animal? Gavin Creel, Verizon. Outage map of Verizon down. I've been hearing a lot of iPhone users getting like an SOS thing. I don't know what that's all about. One of my coworkers was talking about it. Seahawks, of course, sports. Mets for sprays, sports. The normies love their sports. The Braves, port workers strike. Guys, this is one is going to pertain to our space tomorrow. Be on the lookout for some crazy volatility. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin has some massive peaks and dumps and whatever. Manipulation tomorrow is going to be insane. VP debate, of course, that's coming out tomorrow as well. Walls and JD Vance are both going to be at it. Of course, the Dems and the Republicans. I heard that Tim Walz was looking to bail out, but I don't know if that was true or not. Probably not. VP debate, of course. Edgar Ramirez, IDK. I can only assume Braves, Wallace, stuff in sports. Normies in their sports. Penguin, Dr. Julian Rush, the penguin. Did you hear about that giant penguin that was born? It's like, dude, it's probably high. It's taller than my desk for sure. It was a baby penguin, and it's already larger than a full-grown emperor penguin. It's insane. I think his name was Pesto. Yeah, that was crazy. Tropical Storm Kirk, Oasis, Musk. Why is Musk trending? I don't know. You have to look into that. Mets game, Sports, Sophia, Game of Thrones cast, Enement Island, Wheel of Fortune, and nothing else pertains to our space. That's what the normies are searching for because they are going to be super late to this bull run. Every day, of course, we're also looking at the Bitcoin trends, specifically on Google. Is anyone even looking it up? Looks like we got a little bit over the weekend. Wait, no, this is today, September 30th. What? Looks like 6 o'clock this morning, we had a huge peak in Bitcoin searches. It's been a while since we actually got something that high. 100 on the Google scale. I don't know what that even means. But yeah, that's interesting. It hasn't been that trending since back in March or April, when Bitcoin went up to the previous all-time high, and then the big drop. All right, getting back, of course, into Bitcoin. And of course, brought to you by our favorite mascot, Bitcoin Chan. 63,400 roughly right now. Looks like... yeah, we're bouncing off of this key level here of support. And we're actually a little higher than that, really, after you count all the wicks. right up to that level there. So 63, basically, the psychological level is 63. Bitcoin, of course, has to challenge itself way back up again to get above these higher levels of previous support, which now become resistance. Of course, we know this. Guys, we've been in this game for how long now? How long now? But yeah, of course, just kind of following these levels and get an idea where we're going to see Bitcoin tonight. And then look at my favorite, guys, the favorite timeline, the time frames, right? All you got to do is know these 3 or 4 numbers, right? And you know when all the key time frames are going to be with the most volatility, right? Depending on your side of the world, if you're looking at Eastern Standard Time, you're looking at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a.m., p.m. It don't matter on your side of the world, or it's going to be market open either way. 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's our first one to look at, which is happening right now. You can see the wick of the candle kind of getting eaten up a little bit on that one that dropped. The market open in Japan. They actually opened up at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on par with them again in the middle of October, I think, is daylight savings time. It goes, catches up, and yeah. Rinse and repeat. I say this stuff all the time. But I have to for all the new guys. I have to. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. So yeah, the key time frames, of course, being 9 a.m., 9 p.m., 12 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m., of course, for the end of the volatility. And it doesn't matter if you're on the other side of the world or not. Eastern Standard Time, you will know where all the volatility is going to be. And then we get back to 9 a.m., of course, in the United States. There we go. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight on these short time frames. And yeah, because we had such a huge pullback, look at this. Look at all this liquidity that got dropped out today. That now Japan, Germany, China, all the other countries on the other side of the world now have the opportunity to buy up at a discount. Because America sold off today. So that's my my sentiment today. We're going to just double check this real quick on Brave. We're going to pull up our Bitcoin heat map, of course, brought to you by free by Kimba. Don't pay for something you can get for free. Enemy for reference for those who know this white snow lion. But yeah, looks like, of course, we are oversold. Still oversold. Looks like our key levels are still at 63.3, and between that and 63.5. After that point, we're going to see probably a breakout until at least 63.6 and beyond. There's really nothing else above that. Where the heck did my mouse go? My mouse just died. Wow. My mouse just died here on the stream. Let me get a little cable real quick. There we go. There we go. Boom shakalaka. We got the mouse back. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Of course, between 63.3 and 63.5. Once we break out of 63.5, there's nothing above it until probably, of course, 64 is next psychological level. All right. With that being said, all we got to do in the short period of time is, of course, look at the most key volatility. This is probably where we're going to pump. 9 p.m., which is going to happen in about 12 minutes. We're probably going to see a slow rise upwards and probably a correction towards that 63.8, with that next psychological level being 64 solid. And that's, of course, where we're going to have all the volatility. I just showed you all the sell orders are placed above 63.5, which are going to probably be 64. So with that being said, oops, I just hit the space bar. With that being said, we're going to see something there. That'd be my guess. So I'm going to clone this real quick and bring that down there to key level. And yeah, so we're probably going to see a rise from here. Let me zoom in. We're not in the hour chart. We got to get to the 15 minute. Okay, here we go. 15 minute. That's at 8. We're looking at 9, 12, and yeah, 3 a.m. Okay, good. We're still on the right levels. All right, so yeah, it looks like we're already seeing that on the smaller time frames move on our way up, like I'm talking about. Again, getting closer to the higher volatility time frame, which is going to be 9. And yeah, we're probably going to see a bit of a pump, and we're going to probably hit this somewhere between 9 and 10. We can also draw a pendant and see where that takes us as well. Although today's kind of wonky because it's just a ridiculous oversold sell-off after the Fed not even meeting. The Jerome Powell speaking today, just saying the same stuff he usually does anyway. But yeah, we can draw a bull pendant anyway, or whatever, just to see if it lines up where we want it to be. It looks like it will. probably play out almost to a T like it usually does. We gotta zoom in a little bit more. Of course, that's brought to you by our mascot, Bitcoin Chan. Oh, man. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, this is gonna be a weird one. I don't really see this. It actually kind of looks like a megaphone pattern, but like to the downside. Yeah, that looks like a megaphone pattern. It's just it's oversold. But I still feel like it's going to play out the same way. Market sentiment and everything else. I don't know if the other countries are processing the same news that we are. Like the labor strike tomorrow, is that really going to affect them? Are they going to take that into consideration before buying tonight? I don't think so. We can even draw a pendant in a shorter time frame and see that takes us, of course, up to our key level there. This is on the 15-minute. It's too short of a time frame. But yeah, this of course just kind of breaks out maybe a little earlier than I drew on there. We'll probably bounce off that and we come back down and retest it, or we could just break the hell out. I mean, either way, I don't know. We have to wait until 9 o'clock to see how that plays out. We're gonna see some sort of chop. If we even get higher, we're gonna still see some chop until the next key time frame, which is going to be 12 a.m. And then who knows, maybe we'll come back up here and retest some of these levels. There really isn't too much, like I showed you, there isn't too much standing in the way in terms of orders. This is going to be a weird one, guys. I don't know if I'm going to even get close on this one tonight. We were really close a lot of days last week. It was like, I think like 2 or 3 out of 4 last week. But yeah, I kind of feel like we're going to come down here, retest again, and go back into the morning open. And we do every single morning. We always fall a little bit. If we pump though, that at least brings us back up to reclaim some of these higher levels. 65. I don't think we might touch it tonight. I don't think we're gonna break through it. Of course, with the most volatility happening in the United States around 12 p.m. Always the most in the entire crypto market. So that's kind of what I see. Again, my brain just kind of speaking out loud. I'm just speaking out loud as I work this. But again, this is the same kind of targets we hit every single day. It's the same kind of stuff we look at every single night. You can see how this played out until it didn't. And that, of course, eventually getting the sell-off after the weekend there. Same kind of idea. But again, shorter time frames. Let's just clean this up from Thursday. Or what was it? That was Wednesday into Thursday, yeah. We didn't do a live stream on Thursday. I had to work! Dang it! All these jobs, man. Hope you guys are doing some, some hustles on the side, man. Getting some more money. Getting some more, Bitcoin. Of course, this is the time. This is the time. The calm before the storm. You might think that this is a little too bearish. Maybe not as bullish as you were hoping. But guys, oh my God. We just got this started. The halving just began. We're only 4 to 5 months in after the halving, which is usually the time period where we explode. I think we have about 10 minutes on 10 days on average left to see a huge upheaval event for Bitcoin. Jesus. So yeah, that's what I see happening tonight. Of course, we could stick around for another 7 minutes, maybe see if some of this gets invalidated, and we could probably do another estimate if it does. But this is kind of my idea for the evening. Something like that. That's what I got. But yeah, hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you're not doing anything stupid, right? Don't be selling off your biddies right before the Bitcoin bull run. I had to sell off some Jasmine a little bit today. I've got a ton. I've got a big bag and I got a small bag. I got a medium bag. Had to sell some off today to pay my bills for the first. Other than that, I'm just shorting the dollar on Jasmine this year. The last 3 years has been Bitcoin. Now we're just doing Jasmine because I feel like Jasmine's got a huge potential for the next bull run. Of course, Jasmine sitting at 2.2 cents currently, down from a almost near 3 cent takeoff. We hit 2.5 cents over the weekend. And I do, of course, feel like this will be one of the first coins on Ethereum to explode when we do finally get the altcoin rally. Quick little update on Ethereum. Still sitting at 2,600. It's pretty bullish for ETH. This entire year, it's been really lackluster. I've got some, some bags of ETH. But look at this, guys. This is kind of depressing when I look back at this chart. I got, but yeah, it's been kind of slow for ETH. We've got, of course, what else we got on this chart? I saved Solana doing good, holding on. Of course, back from the ashes of last year. XRP has been making some numbers here. Of course, we had this weird little $2 mark. I forget what exchange that was. Was that on MEXC? Jesus, that was a big glitch on MEXC's part. And then that's sitting at a new, relatively new high for XRP in the last 3, 4, 6 months. Sitting at almost 68 cents. Avalanche, of course, doing pretty good on the back of Gunzilla's Off the Grid coming out soon. In less than 60 days, it's going to be out, hitting around $31 over the weekend. What else we got? ADA, Cardano, coming back down from 41 cents. Again, a lot of things right now. Good point to be picking up some before we take off on everything. Link, man, it's been a while since we talked about Link. Link, wow, it hasn't really done too much. It's still kind of going sideways over the big part of the year. This is on the 4-hour chart. Of course, we didn't see that big push since March, but still sitting at about $12. Not too bad. Good place to pick up as well. What else we got? Polygon, that's down a hell of a... Dude, this coin is so underappreciated. We already fell underneath the bear market lows. It's crazy. Sitting at under 40 cents. Render, still on a huge, massive uptrend on the year. What else? Same thing with Fetch. All the AI coins are just going to take off and rally. It's going to be insane. There's Graph. Graph's been doing a little less than the others, but still a great project in my opinion to hold. Doge. Do we even need to talk about Doge? It's going to do good either way. And gold. All right, and we all know where gold's at. All right, that's going to call it for a stream, guys. Bitcoin's going to be doing gangbusters. You just got to hold on, sit on your hands, and wait. Hodl. Of course, diamond hands, right? Diamond hands. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. It's a Crypto Otaku signing out. All good. Project will record high when Bitcoin gets going. Focus One, of course, bringing you the last, the last thing to say for the night. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.
What are you, stupid?
The agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above the in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right.
Oh no, Benny! Oh my God, we're gonna go back to the fire sale next week. Oh no! Later, guys. Bet.